Hello darlings, very important video that I wanted to do with Lars, my friend who has alchemy. I'll show you his Facebook page. So we're going to be seeing his page, Alkymisk-Spirituel-Chakra-Astrologi. He's done this fantastic image of the Maltese cross, which is the same as the logo of coronavirus, because this is what we're returning to. It's the medicine wheel. We've got red air, black earth, white water, and yellow fire. And this explains, and you need to watch the body of Osiris from Lavet. Also her all Lavet's videos, because I would never have joined all the dots as I have if I hadn't have gone through Lavet. So you need to know the tracing board and the 3 pillars. And this is what I'm going to be showing you today, and I'm going to be showing you in the sky because we have got such big events happening. We are going through the 101 gates. Tomorrow we have a black moon in Taurus, a new moon, sun and moon conjunction, sun and moon. So these 3 pillars, you've got the solar pillar and the lunar pillar, and they are going to create now the merging of the sun and the moon. And this is what I'm going to be showing you, and this is the middle path, and that middle path is Saturn, Venus and Mercury, so earth and air. And these 2 pillars are the sun that rules Leo, moon that rules Cancer, Aka, Sol O Mon. And on this solar pillar we have the fire signs, so we've got the sun ruling Leo, we've got Mars ruling Aries, and we've got Jupiter ruling Sagittarius. And on this pillar we have the moon ruling Cancer, and again Jupiter that rules Sagittarius over here, rules Pisces, the age we leave, over here, and Jupiter and Mars that rules Aries over here, fire, rules Scorpio over here. So you know that we're going to be having, going back to this Twin Peaks, we're going to have all the fixed and cardinal signs merging. We leave the mutable cross, so we leave Gemini and we leave Virgo, so those are both ruled by Mercury. Here we go. I've got so much open that, so we've got Gemini and Virgo ruled by Mercury. That is the middle pillar. Mercury rules how we think. You need to be able to work this out, to think, to find your voice, and that is the heart. And Venus also on the middle pole. That's the pentagram that they use at the Baphomet at the top, is the Venus, which you've activated your heart and your thinking, and you make it back into the true Twin Peaks of Saturn. So Mercury rules Virgo earth and Gemini air, and this is what they're trying to simulate, because Mercury are the 2 twins that they show you next to the Baphomet, Jack and Jill. And that is your DNA strands that rise you up to Saturn through this purification, distilling process of viticulture, grape to spirit, that we are being purged through with this sphere. So you're going to have people that are petrified, turned to stone, salt. You're going to have those of us that are purified, that return to spirit and come into this kingdom. And you're going to have those who are purged. And that's all the scum that didn't make the purification, which become burnt. So literally like in the Bible. Now this image that I have from Lars So this image, here, right, so this is the Twin Peaks. So we've got Saturn at the top, Saturn. So we've got the, this is Fomalhaut, F for Fomalhaut. This is the true third eye. And Saturn rules Capricorn and Aquarius, red and black. Red air and black earth, okay? Also, Mercury rules black and red. This is Lars. So these are the black and white checkerboards of the Freemasons. So this is Jack and Jill on the two sides. Just as you see the Baphomet with the two children, this is the Cateus twins. This is the DNA strands that merge. This is how you fuse. They want you to refuse the vaccines, to refuse the new Hitler they've given you, Bill Gates, so that you don't get through the gate. And we create the pop-off. We're being artificially popped. So we're going to have this. These guys are going to become the West Way. But just to help, we've got this on the top. So these are going to be the West Way. And here we have SOL O MON, the Sun and the Moon pillar. So we've got the Sun and we've got the Moon. The Sun is ruling fire, yellow, and the Moon is ruling white water. And this is Regulus, Leo. Okay, Leo and Cancer over here, and Capricorn and Aquarius up here. Aquarius is opposite Leo, and Capricorn is opposite Cancer, the original solstice. And this is what we're dealing with today. We're dealing with on the 21st of the 6th, which is 216, which is the 666 of the cube of Saturn. The true Satan that they give you is OSIRIS Sirius, which is why I'm going to be explaining you where this black moon is on the 21st of the 6th, Prince William's birthday. Then we have Venus and Mars. So Venus is, we've got these guys. So the new bottom of the solstice is going to be, here we go, on this side. We've got Taurus and Aries. So we've got, so here's the Taurus and Aries. So we've got black and yellow, black earth and yellow fire. So Taurus is the black and yellow is Aries. So this is here. So there's the sun and the moon opposite the Twin Peaks here. And then the new bottom of the solstice is going to be Taurus and Aries, black earth and yellow fire. And they will become the couple at the bottom of the new solstice, and the top of the new solstice will be, so this is Mars and Venus both times. Mars rules white Scorpio and red air. Venus rules red air. So Mars and Venus are going to be ruling the new equinox. Okay, here they are, Mars and Venus. So we've got Aldebaran, this is the bullseye, Venus ruling Taurus, black, and Aries, yellow, fire. And we've got Mars on the other side on Antares, Scorpio, the heart of Scorpio. So this is going to be the new top of the wheel. This is just showing you that the wheel began here for the true beginning. We had Saturn as the ruler, and then Jupiter took over the wheel in the age of fire, Sagittarius. And we've just ended here. So we're coming up to the last V, the last corner, and the Milky Way opens. The Milky Way is the horseshoe that is between these two twin peaks. And that's why the horse has got a frog, a shock absorber, the V, I'm going to be showing you this, in its hoof. So you need 4 hooves. That's why in the Daily Mail yesterday they show you a horse with only 3 legs. They want to trap you in the 3 corners. They don't want you to make this last passageway into the middle path, up to the true kingdom. Okay, this is in the middle, earth and air, which is Capricorn and Aquarius that we're coming into now. Okay, so let's go back to this. Right, so these are all the twin peaks merging. So we've got Capricorn and Aquarius. Here we've got Taurus and Aries. Here we've got the Sun and the Moon. And here we've got Scorpio and Libra. So when the Sun fell here is when they became separated. The Scorpio went from a flying eagle. We lost the wisdom, and the wisdom became the snake on the pole of Libra. Okay, then we went through Babylon, then we went through the floods, and then the wisdom was given back through Mercury with Thoth, the tablets, the emerald tablets, and then we had this twin, we had this Taurus and Gemini here, Taurus and Gemini, which is both the twins of Gemini and the twins of Taurus and Egypt. And then we came into the time of Moses, and now we're coming out of this 2,200 years of this corona, black and white Dalmatians of Pisces and Virgo, female, and we're coming back up here. Okay, so let me show you. Right, so now in 2016, Prince William and Kate came to the chateau right next to me, which is called Puy d'Agen, and this is an article about it, Puy d'Agen. The men that they came here. Now, why did they come here? They came here because this is the 32nd department. It's the state of grace before 33rd crucifixion. We're now at 33. Bill Gates, Microsoft, he created 32 megabits and 64 megabits. So the capital of where I live, 32nd department, Gers, is Auch, where we have the lion gates, the 2 lion gates. So that was what we went through in my last videos. You see with the fires in Australia, going through the lion gates. I'll just read this. So Gers 32nd region, Biarritz 64, Microsoft, Bill Gates 32 megabits and 64. When I'm 64, Cranberry Singer dies at 46. Cran is the skull, and berries, the squashed berries, which is the viticulture process of wine to spirits. Dies at 46. 46 is the same as 64. 32 backwards is the 23 pairs of 46 chromosomes. And that's to do with the tribe of Dan. This is the judgment of Libra, the scales. And this is when Kate and Willie came in 2016. So we'd also just had another Venus retrograde. We're at the last Venus retrograde now to press us. That's where they keep telling us the results of the coronavirus. The curve is flattening. That's why we have all the flat earth. They want to flower press us into the Fibonacci flat Venus pentagram, which is an eternal flowing heart pulse. It is not a 5-pointed arrowed star. So the Well of the Dragon, Dogon tribe, Nimrod tribe. This is the same about the Salaman coming up from the marshes. That's why here the 9 forests are called the Salaman forests. This is the man that came out of the marshes with the wisdom of the stars in the age of Gemini. So 2016, when they came, is 216, which is the date of this. It's of the date of this 216. Let's see here. Where is is this 216? Okay, so here we have the 216, the cube, and that cube, so they came in 2016, which is 216, the 0 doesn't count. The temple, okay, so here we go, 6 times 6 times 6, 216. So Kate and Willie came 2 months after I bought this house. Old Roman path of the Victoire, V for victory, that goes from the castle to my village Aignan, where the labyrinth is. As you know, Aignan means araignée, which is the spider, the wheel that I've just shown you of Lars. It's the Maltese 8-legged wheel. And then we have Lupiac, which is the home of Lupercalia, which is the RR Romanus and Remus, or the Range Rover, or the Rolls Royce. It's the Roman Republic. So the merging of Egypt and Babylon, of Barak and Jacin, of the two pillars. So D'Artagnan is born in Lupiac, which D'Artagnan is just representing the fourth mosque, a tear, the D'Artagnan, Aka D'Artagnan, the bullseye, or the heart of Cupid. So Lupercalia was the Valentine's festival. That's why Picnic at Hanging Rock is set on Valentine's Day. And the wolf, Lupiac, is Lu. So it's the twin DNA strands. Roman fertility festival, which is all to do with Taurus, the fertility, the moon goddess. We are merging. They want to use Taurus to throw us back. We're being thrown back onto the moon pillar. They don't want us. They just want to keep us between the fire and ice, the sun and the moon pillar. They don't want us to merge back into the twin peaks. Only those that can get on the straight and narrow path. So, yeah. So Venus currently doing last petal of 5 flowers from every 8 years, from 2012 Olympics till now. Twin Peaks G7 was held in Biarritz, 64, where the sea looks out to the Atlantic Ocean. So we're now at the G8, towards NASA, North America, South America, which is Aquarius and Capricorn. And Corona Aka Mary Magdalene looks out to the sea on the rocks on an island to end the age of Europe, Holy Grail. The dates they came, the 31st to the 7th to the 6th of the 8th, was full of crazy planet placements. Mercury was in Aries and the moon was at its last black crescent. 6-3, the 6-3 moon. So that's the third of the, now why did I put 3 of 6? I must have meant 3 of 7th, the 6 of the 8th, 30, yes, it's the 6th of the 8th, so it was the 6th of the 8th. The moon was conjunct Mercury in Aries, Aka 369. Okay, so I must have meant 6th of the 8th here. Yes, it was on the eye of Leviathan, which is the whale of Pisces that they want to bring up as this red dragon. Here's Leviathan. Here. So we're coming out of, this is in, as in the picture of, this is the Jupiter passage. The wheel began here, and we're coming back to this Twin Peaks. So they want to close us in these two dragons that you see here. Okay, the dragon and the dragon, and they want them to merge. And so you are being used in this ritual. This is, you know, as I've told you in my other videos. So the beast that comes up from the sea of the unconscious collective, the whale, Prince of Wales, Charles de Gaulle to bring up the Black Prince, Edward III, Aka the Red Dragon of Wales. Throughout red is Aquarius, air, but they want to bring up the Red Dragon of Wales. Throughout their stay, we had a Venus-Sun conjunction. So, and on the 6th of the 5th, Sun, Moon, New Black Moon. So, yeah, I'm talking about these dates now. which I'm going to be showing you. Akhenaten, 8 bulls killed here for Easter. Ishtar, every Easter, as my dog Happy was killed. Easter Day, when Mars was on Aldebaran. Mars was in Libra Omega, also ruled by Venus on the scales of the snake on the pole of the wisdom. Or Lucifer, tribe of Dan. Jupiter was in Leo, Babylon. And Saturn was on Antares, the heart of Scorpio, was when Kate and Wills came and went to Biarritz and opened the Lion Gates in Orsh, capital of the 32nd Department. Okay, so all that was very important, and now I'll show you what's happening now, and we've got a lot to see. So we've got, right as I speak, Mars on top of the true third eye, Fomalhaut. We've got Saturn and Jupiter, who have begun their retrograde, backwards, dancing back into Jupiter, so expansion and the contraction of Capricorn, black earth, and they're dancing between this fire pillar, which is Sagittarius, and at the same time we've got this dance going on with the white moon pillar of Jupiter in water, Pisces. So this is the fire and ice on each side of this middle pillar. Okay, so we've got coming up tomorrow, which is massive. Here we go. At exactly the same time tomorrow, we're going to have this conjunction of the sun and the moon in Taurus, in Ishtar, in Europa, riding the bull of as Helen of Troy with her 13 stars, Corona, and we will have a conjunction of Mercury and Venus. So these are the guys that rule the middle pillar with Saturn. So all this is a perfect opportunity for Mars and to take over this true Twin Peaks, because he's got his friends Mercury and Venus right on top of Capella. So Capella is the tip of the Milky Way, which I show you always. I show you, this is the horseshoe. If you look inside the foot of a horse, you've got his horseshoe, and you've got the V that goes between Capella and Deneb. So we've got right on top Venus and Mercury here. Okay, so watch carefully. I click it onto Mercury. Yeah, Mercury. So watch. There's Mercury. And then they're going to be all conjunct. Mercury, Moon, and Venus on top of Capella. And this is the whole ritual to bring us now back onto the moon. We've had we had 5 ages of the moon pillar, matriarchal. We're just coming out of 5 ages of solar, and now they want to give us their fake singularity of merging fire and ice, and this is all to do with the free martins. This is why they've just said that estrogen will be used for the helping of curing men with coronavirus. This is all about bringing in the free martins in a brave new world. Huxley says that 70% of women will be sterile, they will be free martins. This is the twinning between Gemini, Sirius, and Taurus. They're taking over this merging, and they want Taurus to be that masculine, feminine. She is the moon. The moon is an exaltation in Taurus, so they want the moon pillar. This is Mars, you see. Mars rules Aries, using Taurus. That's why in the Alef Tav, I'm going to be showing you the pictures. Let me show you right now. Let me show you right now, because I got to show you. Okay, so this is something I wrote yesterday. So these guys came on the 2016, which is the 21st of the 6th, which is the birthday of the Lion King. So the more I observe this musical comedy, I know it is just about choosing to be in the heart crossover center, because the game is over. You got to cut the umbilical cord to be free. 0 point means no attachments to the outcome or to the material realm. For those ready to detach from the cockpit, you are transmuted successfully as Major Tom from grape to wine, flesh to spirit. You won't get far on a horse with no leg, nor no name. A horse has 4 frogs, shock absorbers, not 3. 111, ACA 777 LLL, as NHS would like you to dial. You need 4-wheel drive, 4-drive spin. You have to see both sides of the spinning coin to stand up straight with multi-dimensional perspective, so you are ready to merge the 12 seasons archetype signs to make 88, and 12 for 101 Solomon passage through to not be spun in the madness. And 4 times 4, ACA, D is the 4th letter, A, B, C, D. D4, D4 is D-Day, Doomsday, 8, and through the mirror is 88. The 88 constellations is the HH hunting horn, last trumpet, Alef Tav, 21/6 is the date of the Midsummer Night's Dream, full solar corona solstice, Aka Prince Willy Wonka, B-Day, the lion roar, Aslan King, and 21st of the 12th, Aka Abba, is the gate into the Black Lodge. The great conjunction, Saturn contraction and Jupiter expansion. Those centered make it through the implosion, explosion, pop-off, Pontius Pilate, gateway. VVV is 22, 22, 22, 66. You need VVVV V to have the 88. So, okay, so here, let me show you the pictures. So this is Back to the Future, 10 o'clock. So 10 o'clock is 10 Downing Street. It is the midnight solstice. So the 21st of June is the summer solstice. Cancer at the bottom, Capricorn at the top. 88 miles per hour means that you get through the gates. You see him going through the fire pillars. They put fire on both sides. They're about to kill the moon, to distill, to dry out the water completely, Notre Dame, and to, okay, right, so there is the 2 tips of the Milky Way. So Capella, where we've got Mercury and Venus now, and Deneb, where we've got Saturn and Jupiter now. Okay, you need your 4th hoof. 88 constellations. The 8 is the 2 sides, and we're at this crossover right now in the middle. And this is why we've got Orion, we've got Alef Tav, the beginning and the last. I am that I am is this crossover in the middle of Orion. Okay, Back to the Future. Here we see them doing their alchemy. This is what we're living at the moment. And we've got the 3 kings, and George is the same as Saint Martin de Tours, or Saint Martin fast, which was the signing of the armistice. It is the date, the 11th of the 11th, 1111, which represents the 4 chromosome crosses merging back to the center, or were being merged on the fire and ice pillar. So there they are doing the alchemy. That's what they're doing to us with coronavirus. It's the cockpit, and this is the Alef Tav in the middle, the beginning, Aries, Libra, okay, which is Mars and Venus. So 216, these are the times they mention the Alef Tav in the Bible. And here we are at our crossover, ADBC. Right now, we're doing this crossover. You've got to be in the heart, or you're stuck in the Ouroboros loop. These are the 2 directions of the Venus spin. Venus is doing her retrograde now. It's for 46 days and nights exactly, which is the death of the cranberry Irish star, and it is the 46 pairs of 23 pairs of chromosomes, and 46 one by one. Here's the V for victory. the four legs, the four corners that you need, and again you see that we are coming out with it's this is over. This merging is now going Capricorn, Aquarius, Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Leo, Libra, Scorpio. This is what we're leaving, the skull and bone cross in the middle. They want to keep us stuck on this fixed cross. They want to crucify us on St. George's or Saint Martin de Tours. This is the Tour, this is the Torah, this is the Taurus in their Islamic one world, fake new world. So they've put there, that's what you see, we're meant to come back to these twin peaks. This is the fake, this is the pagan, what they're trapping us on. But you see there's that Maltese cross. It's not the correct one that I showed you at the beginning. So this is their 369 pop-off that we're being pushed to. And there you've got the 3 V's they want to keep us stuck on the, this is from the mutable to the Aquarius. They tell us about Aquarius, the MM. They're sticking us in MM. 333, the 666, 666, 666. And there's the 777 or the 111 or the VVV. Stuck in the all-seeing triangle when it's meant the cornerstone is when we create the Ark of the Covenant. The pop-off is the Russian that created the radio signal. That's why World War II they had their Morse code radio signal. They were beginning the fusing of the two sides of our brain, of the pillar, to merge us into the quantum Microsoft trap. You know, you've got to create your own twin peak through. This is the Joker, Jupiter. This is the North Star is what gives you the ability to spin right and left. 39. There are 36 deacons in the 12 wheel, because each sign is separated into 30 degrees. There are 3 tens is 30, and the wheel in all is 36 or 39. 369 is the same thing. This is the hunting horn. HH is 88, and here is your Pan, the Baphomet, the fake Saturn that they are creating with Mercury and Venus and Mars and Jupiter. All the other planets they're trying to take over from Saturn. They've demonized. They're using the keeper of the four corners, OSIRIS Sirius, okay, and that's how they want to make their Microsoft in the middle. And there you've got the solar and the moon pillar, and this is and there is St. Martin, and you see the moon goddess is the hunter, and they're turning it into their sun god, IHS. IHS, this is St. Martin fast, it's the same bloke as St. George, the dragon slayer, and there you have merging of the moon and the sun. We are we're in the tempest. Our temperaments are affected by the temperatures. And here we have a horse with no name. This is the Taurus field. You need to be in the middle. And again, we're going to have this fires. You see Salaman. I've got Salaman here. Salaman is the name of Mohammed bin Salman. And Salman is the lizard that you see in Picnic at Hanging Rock. It's where my dog got stuck on those rocks, but it's feminine, Salamandra. And Salaman was the master that came up from the sea after the flood and brought the wisdom. So Salaman was from an era 200 years before the events of Dark Soul. He is mentioned by Quelana of Izalith to have been able to see her, and he became her pupil prominency. So he learned the wisdom from the last time we were on the moon pillar. He came up from the sea, he came from the age of the moon, and he came to be known by the title Great Balls of Fire. And so the keeper of the four corners, O Sirius. O Sirius. So let me come back and see here. Sirius. Okay, this is the star Sirius. So anyway, let me show you here. So this, we're on the 24th. We've got these guys. We've got Venus still here going backwards. So you see how enormous this is. That's the image I showed you. This is like the stag. We're going to have a stag moon coming up for the 4th of July, Independence Day. This is the Statue of Liberty. The libertarians are the sultans of swing, the swingers between the hot and the cold, the fire and ice. Liberty, the libertarians, this is the Paris is the capital, the sex city of the swingers. The libertarians have no emotional ties, no commitment. They have no knowledge of the middle realm of centered people who are above the belt and not in animals, kept as animals. So this is the 24th, and then let me take you. So at the same time, these guys are going backwards. Pluto is here too, the good, the bad, and the ugly. At Altair, here's Deneb, the tip. This is the cornerstone, the fake cornerstone. They want to close us into the wolf. This is Romulus and Remus, and Altair is opposite Sirius, and they are coming up on top. And this is their fake pillars. So we've got the solar pillar, the moon pillar, and they are trying to merge us with Venus. And here is Venus. She's going to go round and she's going to come back. So let's carry on through this journey. So then we will have, I've just got so many dates to show you. And we've got the moon in Cancer, and we will have a full moon when the moon gets opposite Taurus in Scorpio, and off she goes round. So we've got Mercury then on the wand for the 29th, on the wand of Merlin, Odin, this is the fate philosophers, and then he's moving into Gemini in his home, and there he goes. And Venus is going back. We will have a conjunction for the C63, so that's the 369, that's the 39, the 36. 39 people were frozen in Momo's lorry. The Amy Winehouse came back from the dead to be killed by the hunting horn HH88 in the forest of Villa-Cotteret, where I used to live, VC, viticulture, where the signing of the armistice was between the forest of Retz and the forest of Compiègne. They have the three forests, Compiègne, Retz, and Chantilly, the 369, and that's where Amy Winehouse came to be eaten by 93 dogs were tested of DNA. All this COVID is about taking your DNA. It's all testing. Why is it to find those of us that carry the God code? Few of us that are Rh negative, goodness knows. But so on the 6-3, he's going to be. So here is your unicorn. I've written a lot. This is the star. You see the Mon. This is that using it as the moon star. This is on the feminine side of Gemini, of Pollux and Castor, and this is the whole unicorn. That's why the coat, the arms, they've changed the 10 Downing Street, and they're moving the position of the unicorn to the other side of the Leo. Here you see this is the coat of arms of the unicorn and the lion. So this is the moon. They want to make the SOL O MON with the unicorn and get rid of the moon. 369, the line broke, the moon key got choked, the female. Okay, they're using their sun magic with the sun here, as we saw in that picture between the horns of the stag. Okay, so Mercury moves on. It's going to be on top So for 64, he's coming up on top here. Okay, and then 66, which is the famous D-Day of saying we're going to have the 9-9 afterwards. We've got Mercury on Sirius, and he's going to begin his retrograde. So here we go, just after that he's starting his retrograde. And we have on the 21st this so Mercury begins his retrogrades from the Unicorn on top of Sirius for D-Day, and then he starts going backwards. Then we've got the Sun on the Wand. Venus is coming out of her retrogrades, and then she's conjunct with the Moon. I'm going to have this conjunction, boom, on the 19th of the 6th. So again, that is, we've got 6-9 on, bang on top, the Sun on top of the Wand. That's a big day. And then we're moving, this is the whole ritual. And there we've got Prince William's birthday. He came to the 6th of the 21st. He came in 2016, 216. And 216 is 666, the mark of the beast. Sirius is OSIRIS, Cyrus, the keeper of the four corners, to try and keep us on this fixed cross of Aldebaran opposite Antares, Fomalhaut opposite Regulus, without telling us that we're coming back to this merging. They want to do that image I showed you in my pictures. They want to okay, let's be very patient. What's this? Yes, this is the article. I'll just jump around. You see, Saint Martin de Tours, Aka Ophiuchus, Aka St. George. So the 13th sign is basically Odin, Osiris, Saint Martin de Tours. That's the bloke I showed you with the stag. It's Odin. It's Orion. It's all the same person. So St. Martin, fast, feast, death day, 111 chromosomes, the signing of the armistice was at Villa Cotteret, where the Amy Winehouse was killed. So this is all about free martins in the animal world. You must come and read this. You can stop it. So it's the hatchery, a place where babies are mass produced, purposely creates free martins to expand the workforce while controlling breeding. So this is all to do with this article that's just come out. Could giving men estrogen help them recover from coronavirus? And this is what this is all about. You see, they use free martins administered estradiol, estrone, testosterone, and dihydrostrone. So this is the behavioral characteristics of free martins are basically asexual workforce in the beehive. The bee is 13. And so, you know, it's just completely mucking up the XX, which is the MM, which is the 2020 where we are now. Okay, so you can stop that and read that, and that came out in the Daily Mail today. So you see, this is the T-Rex Scotty, the cross, the St. George's cross. They're taking over, the St. Andrew's Skull and Bones is taking over with St. George, the red cross, the Victoria cross, the VC again. It's the feminine spin to the CV, and that is what Venus is doing right now, doing the negative. Go and watch Vicky S, the St. Free Martin Code Part 2, all Vicky S. She's also on BitChute. Her videos, Vicky S, spelled VICKIS. the St. Martin, that shows you there is St. Martin giving his cloak to the beggar. So let's come back to the sky, because this is just so important. So here we have, this is the big solstice. So we're going through the gates between the summer solstice, the Midsummer Night's Dream, on this solar pillar until the 21st of the 12th, when we are at the Black Lodge, the merging of Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter, the sun, wanting to take over the middle pillar, the Twin Peaks. Okay, so let's carry on. So then we've got, at the same time, we've got Mercury. We've lost Mercury now. He's in there. There he is. He is going backwards. And then we will have on the unicorn, on the eye of the unicorn, we have the solar. So the unicorn will become, you know, possibly the unicorn's going to become, that's why they've changed the position. The unicorn become the solar, and they'll bring up the dragon here of Pisces, Jupiter ruling as the new dragon lion. So at the same time, Mars has entered into the onto the tail of the whale of Leviathan. This is Leviathan, and he is going to start preparing to go all the way to the V, and then he will go backwards. So by the way, we've also had the full moon for Independence Day, Liberty. So we've had on, let's see these full moons. So we've got on, we're going to have a full moon. So it's the, who have we got there? Venus, okay. So there's going to be another black moon. So we're coming up to the, yeah, let's just see that black moon. So there's the black moon on the wand. And then for the 4th of July, we've got the sun in Gemini, so on Sirius, bang on Sirius. And we're going to have the moon on Altair. Right in the Milky Way. Right on the Milky Way. And is that going to be at midnight? That's going to be at midnight, Midnight Express, on that Milky Way tip, with Deneb on the other side. So this is all their magic. So that is your liberation, Statue of Liberty, freeing us and catching us. Okay, we've got Aldebaran. Venus is going to start going forwards, and so is Mercury. So Mercury and Venus that you saw for tomorrow are going to be on this horn, hunting horn, and now they're going to start moving forward at the same time together. Off they go. This is why I wanted to talk with Lars. We were going to take you through all these dates and all this together, because there are so many important dates. And then we're going to have the sun moving into Cancer on the 20th. And she's going to have, we're going to have a black moon. We're going to have a new moon as she enters on the 20th in Cancer. Okay, so this is all their energy for to take over the moon key. The moon key. Are we going to have internet go off? I wrote about Blackjack, the Blackjack event that we were told about openly. It was an event created by The Guardian or The Independent. You go look up, and the date is 22 226. So the day after, or okay, this is my blog that I had to stop doing because I couldn't do my videos. I just can't keep up. But this is my blog on my astrology sites. But basically, there's that Momo, red and white, fire and ice. Everything is in here because, you know, once I put all this in, you know, it's all there. So I'm going to go, we're looking for my blackjack article. You know, we lived such a big year. That was the Lion Gates, 3rd of July. That's Ush, the capital. Those are the 2 Lion Gates. And there we have exactly like Notre Dame, the Twin Peaks. They're fake Twin Peaks, and they've got the M in the middle. Okay, so Blackjack Hole. Pop-Off is the 5G worldwide event. I have another blackjack because I was talking about it for a long time. I know there's another blackjack video. Yeah, you see, we've already had the simulation of Facebook going down. This is a very good video, an old video. Okay. Blackjack, bullseye, pop. So you see, I've been talking about this for a long time. Is it that video? 2-6, yeah, that was it. The 2-2-6 Blackjack Trinity Ritual. Okay, so I was talking about that in February 2019. It was a Daily Telegraph, so I'm sure that has got lots of the clues, but you come and see these old articles, Blackjack, Bullseye, Popeye, and it was, you know, I was seeing all this happening. So for you to come back and to see that, so what is going on the 226? On the 226, that is the day, that is just after the, okay, so on the 2-2, we've still got that, the moon will just move over to Sirius. It's going to be on pollutes right here. So it's still on Sirius all that time. This was, you have to go and look up, 10 years ago, they simulated a worldwide mass event, a second 9/11 terrorist attack, and they're giving us the 622, which is the day just after that. Okay, so let's keep going with these dates. Having a look. Okay, so when we're going to have the moon on Sirius, and I will be going into more detail as we come closer to these dates. We're just looking, so the moon, and we'll have the sun is still here. Okay, so it's just its first stages. Oh yeah, what's Mars up to? Mars is still here. This is a very important passage. That will be a big day. Moon conjunct to Mars. 7/11. My God, that's 7/11. 7/11 is 9/11. So that is a big date. And my goodness, we'll have Venus on Aldebaran and Sun in Gemini on the Unicorn. And wow, and that will be that sliver. exactly the image I show on that image, exactly what I use for that image there. That is exactly the pentagram and taking the moon. So it's Venus, air. They're using the water to take over the air of Venus, because Venus rules Libra, air, and Taurus, earth, but moon is an exaltation in Taurus. So that's, we've got that slither with Mars, and we've got Venus herself on the bullseye, and these guys still going backwards. Saturn will then be back in Sagittarius, so giving the power to the solar pillar, and Pluto there as well. See, Saturn's only would have just got back into Sagittarius. We go there. Yeah, on the 29th, he goes back into Sagittarius, so that was a big day. Okay, let's carry on looking. So let's go back. That's 7/11. We're going to have the full moon on the 4th, and then 7/11 conjunct. That is a big day. 7/11. We've got the 21st, the 22nd. That is a big day. Okay. Moon. We're coming up to another black moon in Cancer. So that is another big day. On the 20th. Venus is coming still in Taurus, and she hits Orion on the 5th. So 5/8 is very important. That talks of our DNA strands. That talks of the wheel of 8 and the 5-pointed star of Venus. So the 5 and the 8, that is, and we're going to have that day the Sun and Mercury in Cancer. And then we're going to start back. It's the Lion Gates closing. We've got the Sun now in Leo, or into the Leo. And what is the 8/8? The 8/8, we've got Mercury and Sun in Cancer. Venus on the wand. Mars, has he begun his retrograde yet? No. The 8th of the 9th. We've got the moon conjunct for a second time with Mars. Sun in Cancer. Moon on Aldebaran, and then when does Mars start to go back? He starts to go back on my D-Day. So yeah, 9/9 is a big day. 9/9, and then he starts going backwards on that D-Day. And he will do that journey until the famous conjunction, when he comes back for the winter solstice. Here. He's back in the middle of that V, when we've got Saturn and Jupiter completely conjunct here. You see, boom, and the famous, that is to oppose the 21st of the 6th, and then we've got ABBA. We've got ABBA, A1, B, B2, 1A, ABBA. Great, and Mercury and the Sun conjunct in Sagittarius. So we've got the two sides of the pillar. They want to make it theirs. We've got the water. Jupiter rules the water, and over here we've got Jupiter rules Sagittarius fire. So this is basically Apollo rising it's the raising of Osiris. It's the raising of Osiris, Odin, Orion. So you see, we've got this snake split. So we've got from Orion, we've got this part of the snake. These were the 3 passages of the precession of the equinoxes, which is the VVV. And this is when the snake is meant to merge. We're meant to have the sun and the moon is the head and the tail of the snake. Their passages represent the snake, the Milky Way coming back as one. But we've got these 3 separated. You see here, they want to crown. This is the Corona Borealis here. So I'll show you. Corona Borealis. Here we go. They want to crown their communism, fascism, socialism, all as one with this 13th sign, because this is the other end of the Milky Way. We go from, let's turn that off. Turn that off and you see we've got Altair and Deneb. So Capella, Capella and Deneb. So this is up. And so this is their snake. Here's the crown at the top. You see with Deneb, the top. You want to crown the snake and to kill Capella. This is the Liberty pole, the cap, the fez cap on the pole, the cap, and that is being taken over by the Alef Tav. This is the Alef Tav. I am the beginning and the end, and they are using the snake. Okay. There's some dates that we were meant to go through with Lars. So tomorrow we've got the 22nd of the 5th, the black moon, Venus and Mercury conjunct, and the sun and the moon. Then we've seen the 29th of the 5th, we've seen the 6th of the 6th, D-Day, and I can't really read, I don't know how to make this bigger. The 19th of the 6th, we've seen the 9-9, Mars starts retrograde. The 9th of the 12th, Jupiter out of retrograde. The 4th of the 29th, Venus out of retrograde. Was that a 9? The 9 of the 29th. So yeah, Venus, all these guys finish their retrograde. So yeah, completely. To get to, she finishes her flower on the 9th of the 29th. I showed you when she started to move forward, when Mercury moves forward. So Mercury out of retrograde, and then Venus will hit the end of the flower for 9:29. Then 7:11, I didn't see that Lars had put that, but we found that 7:11, Mercury out of retrograde, and it's 7:11. Wow. And we saw the other 11 of the 15th, Mars out of retrograde. No, but Mars is beginning his retrograde, 7:11. We've got Mars. Mars is not going retrograde yet. He starts on the 9-9, so I'm not sure what that was written there. But we have the big moon conjunction, and we have Venus. That is massive. That is massive, because they want to use the Earth of Taurus to get the middle pillar. And it's really Mars. You know, he's had all those time for this coming up, the black moon tomorrow. Mars is going to be here. Let's just show you again. See, Mars is going to be on air. So this is this is what they want to use Venus for. We're going to have the conjunction of Mercury and Venus. This is the middle pole, the Sun and the Moon coming up. Yeah, right on Aldebaran, and they all go conjunct. Yeah. That is massive tomorrow. But tomorrow is really just going to be the beginning of this whole process, of this ritual that is going on until the 621, 622 blackjack, and probably the second 9/11 ACA 7/11 events for 7/11. 7/11. So looking back at his 7/11, 11/15, what have we got? 11/15. We're going to have, okay, so the Moon, okay, the Moon is on, it's going to be on Algol. So we're going to have the Sun on, just, so the Sun is just coming out of Gemini. What has Lars written for that? Mercury out of retrograde. Okay. Now I'm not sure. No, Mercury is, see where Mercury is here? I think it means that there's the conjunction of Mercury and the Sun. You see how patient I have to be. Mercury, I really don't have the time at the moment. I've got readings in. I've started my cleaning job again. Oops, which is a very heavy 12-hour day. And I'm trying to get my garden going because I've been away for 2 months. I've got a team coming to help me. And I haven't had time to eat or shop, or I'm just full on, gang. Okay, Mercury is here, right? So he's just ended his he's ending his Mercury on the 15th. Okay, and he's going to start going forward. Right, so that's what Lars was saying. 7/12, another Mercury retrogrades. So yeah, that's another important. Let's see this. 8 is going to be, wow, it's going to be right on the Sun, on Regulus. 12, 7. So where's Mercury? So our Mercury's going to be doing his last. Let's watch him do that. So. Oh, there, okay, that was his retrograde. Okay, and it's going to be over Spica in Virgo. Wow. So you see they're using the 2 Earth, Virgo and Taurus, so we don't come to Capricorn. So this is perfect ritual to crown this fake Mother of God. They use Mary, they use Corona, and it's going to go right over Spica. This retrograde, so just gets to Libra. So Mercury's retrograding from Libra, and then we've got, yeah, that will be a big day too. So this is what Lars was saying. Lars, he starts going forward. So again, 11/7, 7/11, and we might just have, who is this? Venus, my God, Venus and Mercury again. You see all this pairing up throughout this journey. And another black moon right on the scales of the snake in Libra. Okay, so just going over this, you have to go and see. Now we know why they came in 2016. It's the 216, and all these stuff you will have on. Okay, the clapping song is the famous 369. The line broke, the monkey got choked. The phone number for electricity in France is 969-36666, of course, because it's 39 to 36. Orange is 369. The line broke, the monkey gets choked. So whilst you guys are all clapping, you are bringing up the beast, the red dragon of the unconscious collective. And this is basically everything that's happening. Let's go back to the first Lars. I'm not sure if that's going to be Lars's. We'll go through. Okay, it's another one of my old articles, the Blackjacks, what we're living. And, oh, it goes so slowly. There's that post that we looked at. And you see Rolls-Royce selling ice creams, ice cream, the Ice Queen, RR, Romulus and Remus. And here is the British public. It's a picture I took in London 2 years ago. This is the whole thing going on. The 21st of the 6th is Aslan, Narnia, and opposite we're going into Ice Queen, the Twin Peaks. Complete clampdown, or we've made the middle path. So you have to go and watch Lavette's videos, The Body of Osiris, and you have to watch, see, D-Day, Dr. Dre, there's the G. The G is the middle board of the tracing board. The G is Saturn in the middle, and they want it to be the jolly green giant. That's why they put the green here. Okay, it's taking me to this. You see how difficult, I've got so many pages open that everything just starts slowing down, and it takes incredible patience. Okay, so there's a picture with the G. There's the G in the middle. So you have Dr. Dre, D-Day, 4x4 spin. And that eye is your third eye, or forever closed in and observed by Big Brother. Okay, so this is the middle pillar, and this is air and earth. And air and earth is the Twin Peaks we're coming to. It is the true ladder. Okay, so I'll go back. Right, let's finish with this. So this is basically, this is the this is why the logo of coronavirus, we're coming out of the age here of Pisces ruled by Jupiter, and Mercury rules opposite Corona, Earth, Virgo. And the wheel began with Jupiter in fire and with Mercury in air. So we're coming back to this Twin Peaks ruled by Saturn, but we have to get past Sirius, the keeper of the four corners, which is this Apollo rising. This is the cube, the 666, to keep us in flesh. 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. Aka 2016, when Kate and Willie came to the dragon. On where I live, my road is Rue de la Liberté, the Liberty Road, and there is a footpath called the Victoire that goes down to the castle. And I showed in some Facebook pictures the vortex. All the grass has grown in my land very, very high, but the grass does not grow on the heart-shaped vortex on my land. And this is why I've come back, to keep that middle balance, and to stop the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, Aka the Teapot in Sagittarius. We're spinning, and the Tempest is on, and we're going through the gateway. We're going through from the summer solstice to the gateway to the 21st of the 12th, and this is brilliant. What you have to go to the page of Alkymisk-Spirituel-Chakra-Astrologi to see that. Somebody's giving me a post. Look at this. Brilliant. Okay, now you have to come and watch YouTube. These videos done by this guy. I will open one to finish, talking all about the Independence Day, which is this takeover of Venus and Mercury, Jack and Jill, Gemini and Virgo creating their Taurus Aries. So his videos are called Shaking My Head Productions, 4th of July, and the video he's just done before, Hidden Secrets Hidden in Plain Sight. Everything that I've been explaining and what Lavette explains, you will get when you watch these videos, because they don't take you to the astrology. They give you films, they give you all kinds of things. They'll show you the Washington DC dome, which is basically just the Babylonian Semiramis goddess, which is this Taurus, or Isis in the Egyptian, and now they want to crown her for a third time on these 3 passages of the Maltese cross that we're living, which is this. We're at the 4th passage, the here. So basically this passage doesn't count because this was above the belt, but we've had the 2 underworld passages. So this is the 3, 3, 3. This is the last V for victory of the procession of the equinoxes. This was when, this passage, we still had the Garden of Eden, we still had matriarchal, we had Scorpio and Libra, that was still the eagle carrying the wisdom in the claws. Then he dropped the snake. The snake got split here. That's why the snake is split in 3 parts of the Milky Way. And now we're coming back. The snake is merging back again. But every time we have these underworld 2-part passages, this is when we came to Babylon. This over here was Egypt. We had Babylon, Egypt, and now they want to give us their new one world government taking over the true Twin Peaks, and they are using Satan, Lucifer, which is not Saturn. Saturn is the true ruler of this top of the wheel, but you have to get through Jack and Jill, the DNA, to come to the true holder of the pail of water, which is Aquarius next to Capricorn. He holds the snake on his shoulders. You're not stuck in the green man, the jolly green giant Momo, which is going to be the merging of the Prince of Charles, Wales, and Momo bin Salman, which is these 2 this dragon that is coming up now, and you see they're going to merge it with the unicorn, and this. So they're taking Babylon is over, and Isis, and now they're bringing in this dragon of the unconscious of Jupiter, and that's what you're doing when you all clap, because Pisces is the obscurity. You need fraternity, liberty, equality, and you need to get through the last corner, the last leg, which is this obscurity. And that is what this Daily Mail post. There is Sirius the Great, the keeper of the 4 corners, or Nimrod. Actually, I'll show you. I've got this. Let's see this here. This one, Inanna. So Indiana Jones is in the Anna. So they're going to have this sex ritual of the obelisk in front of DC, Washington, to bring up this new goddess. So I think that we've got here. No, it's not that one. Okay. I've got here we go. This is very important to finish this off. So you see, we've got Saturn, Venus, Jupiter, Mercury, Mars, and the Moon and the Sun. So these guys are, okay, right, Inanna. So we've got, they are bringing up the raising of Osiris, and this is to take over from Saturn. We're coming back to his age. Okay, he is the very earliest. He is the champion of gods, and they're using Inanna, Indiana Jones, Inanna, later known as Ishtar. So she was the goddess at the beginning of the Moon Temple, and they're using her again with the Jupiter. So Marduk, the Babylonians. They're using all the gods but the true gods. Okay, darlings, it was been difficult for the Mercury orange. You see, this is the 369 orange, the orangutan, the king of the swingers. Okay, it's all the information is in there. That was meant to be a video with Lars. We were meant to do one together, but Zoom would not let my voice be heard. Typical. And so I just went ahead and did that now because I won't have another opportunity. I've got a lot of work to do, and this is just I've told you all the videos to go and watch. You must go and watch Lavet's video, The Body of Osiris. It will really explain everything with that other video I showed you, the 4th of July.
Uranus is currently. Let's go to Stellaria.
Right, so you have to watch that, and you have to watch Shaking Your Head Productions. That's the one. Yeah. I was going to show you something. What was I going to show? Oh yeah, I was going to show you this article. You need to be in your oasis. You need to be in your oasis. Okay, so here. There is the article. Here. Okay, so where did I put the article? So it's talking about the winter solstice. 10 o'clock is Midnight Express with the winter solstice. So we're going to have major events to petrify, purge, or you purify through all this bullshit. Basically, once you're off the hamster wheel, you can no longer be part of the lower belt material realm, but you have to get off the wheel. You have to get out of the belief programs, and you have to find your wisdom. So yeah, this is their fake, keeping us on the fixed cross. And I've got the link. I've got the link that I put. You see, this is the phone number of NHS 111, which is just the 999666. The www you need for. So this is the Daily Mail brought out yesterday. This, saved from slaughter, which is basically giving you a chance to find your fourth leg, to find the fourth corner, or you're taken over by the keeper of the four corners, and the cornerstone is placed between the sun and the moon pillar, which is meant to be, you know, will be artificially popped off. Those of us who return to spirit, I don't know. Is he going to open for me just to finish? Thursday, May the 21st, 2020. Riley, the amputee horse. So now Riley is like the moon pillar on Orion. What's that moon? False leg, false flag, false leg. They tell you, I mean, they really are very kind. All people have to do is to look up the wisdom. Okay, I'm sorry, my computer is just too slow. But I can just show you to end. You see Riley, wriggle, Riley, the moon, solar pillar, Orion, Odin, OSIRIS, OPHIUCHUS. So it's just going from that Milky Way is going to be merged again, and they want to make sure that they keep you on the sun and the moon pillar. Okay, my darlings, I will pause this when it lets me. I love you. Bye.